new business venture being undertaken to check the work for legal issues, Baker was kept informed and up to date on what Peter Strzok, Joseph Pienka, Stephen Soma, and other FBI personnel were doing as they pursued their Trump-related targets. The second thing that happened this week is that Durham is letting something else out from behind the curtain, so the curtain's open. Sussman was meeting with Durham and a new witness, according to a report by Harris Faulkner at Fox News. Once again, I'll reiterate, people are only finding this out because Durham wanted them to. So what's going on here? Durham questioning Sussman after the grand jury testimony, after the indictment was unsealed, after Sussman's not guilty plea looks unusual if Sussman is a hostile witness determined to beat any charges in court. Sussman would likely have to appear voluntarily, as this is before the trial. He is not under arrest and had been released on bond. What's likely happening is that after wading through 81,000 pages of discovery with his lawyers for the past 3 weeks, and upon hearing that Baker would be testifying against him at trial, Sussman is seeking a meeting to discuss a deal and potential cooperation. If that's what's happening, it would not be unusual. Many smart defendants put on the brave face at their arraignment before being indicted, plead not guilty, and then wait for the government's discovery in order to huddle with their legal team and assess the odds of a favorable verdict at trial. When the defendants and their legal counsel come to the conclusion they don't have a realistic shot to beat the state's case in court, that's when you see the defendants switch their plea from not guilty to guilty, and they begin cooperating. Based on what we all saw in Sussman's indictment, Durham can not only prove the false statement charge, but also the criminal conspiracy charge that the Clinton campaign, lawyers at Perkin Coie, tech researchers at Georgia Tech, and Roland Joffe at New Star all conspired among themselves to manufacture a fake Trump-Russia collusion hoax and then proffer it to federal officials. Durham has the billing records, phone calls, text messages, emails, and other documents to make this case convincingly. So Sussman could very well already be in the process of hammering out a plea deal with the special counsel where he cooperates in exchange for a reduced sentence. At what point Baker made the decision to begin cooperating with the special counsel is currently unknown. No documentation or record of that has been released, and of course Durham's special counsel's office never made any public announcement that this had happened. There was no attaboy press conference where members of the prosecution team crowed, yay, we just flipped James Baker. Now that Baker has been publicly revealed, the only real question now is who else among the Russiagate cast of characters is also cooperating with Durham. There are several intriguing, flipped Spygate plotters who may have accepted heretofore secret plea deals and have been cooperating for some time. So he talks about Pienka, he talks about Peter Strzok, that demonic-filled being right there. We already know him. And he shows some notes. He talks about Lisa Page in this article. The FBI Director of Counterintelligence, Bill Priestap, he talks about him, shows some handwritten notes. And then I left a comment. Folks, that is just great information. I loved reading through that and capturing that type of info. I'm sure you're enjoying it too. We have been, I just thinking through as I'm reading that, we have been vaxxed out. Things revealed of what's in there, blah, blah, blah. We have seen it. We've got plenty of videos to back all of that up. So we'll continue with this information because we know if we don't get this nation back, if we don't see things happening and folks taken down, we've lost this entire earth. I believe that. So, it's been a while since I looked at the intel boards or actually had the information that I felt comfortable sharing anyway. But this came from Q World Order on the Telegram site. FEMA happened to release something. We're partnering with iHeartMedia to ensure Americans have the important information needed when disasters strike. Their new emergency broadcast studio will broadcast under all conditions. So, this guy put lots of laughs. They have MREs too. Now, look at this. It was released at 2:01 p.m., October 27th. This guy's talking on the radio, and let's see what is behind him. Let me zoom in here, and you can see MREs. That's right. Definitely unobstructed. And you've got a 5, maybe blocked, 5, and a 5 on these boxes. Why is that important? Well, if we look at the drop 1401, which 201 obviously it was the time it was released, 1401 drop, it says this, right at the bottom. God bless the United States of America. D, disasters, 5. What's on the box? Disasters, 5 is on the box. D5, just interesting, right? And the hardest part of us is having to wait for the public to know what we've known for a very long time. There's no bigger threat to them than the public being awake and thinking for themselves, why are we here? And so then another thing is 555, those are the box numbers, right? We are with you. We are with you. And then 55, if you're slow, they kind of obstructed that other 5. Let's bring this over. See that? Kind of obstructed that 5. If you have 2 5s, look to Twitter, exactly this. My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. God bless. So more info here was dropped. Supplies incoming. This is from the U.S. Navy incoming. Higgins is deployed, but they took the missing O out. This was released at the timestamp of 5:05 p.m. 5:05 p.m. Well, if you look at the board, 5:05 is marker 1 confirmed. 15, 10, 5, 1, O. O is in the target bracket. And what do we have missing in that 5:05 drop, 5:05 p.m. drop from the Navy? Higgins is deployed, and the O is missing. 15, 10, 5, 1, 0. By tomorrow, that no one will be terminated after November 8th if they have submitted a religious exemption. Huge kudos to brilliant constitutional attorney Mike Yoder on this masterful case. And that's from Tracy Bean. She released that. And so here's the information right here. On the left, stop being afraid. And I found Mike Yoder. I put him in the description box below if you want to go say thank you to him on Twitter. There he is, lawyer, political consultant, 3 times account. And so we're seeing more on the legal side.